What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan, and on this planet we send it. And what we're going to be getting today, well, I was asked in a comment to go ahead and do an update video on my epoxy to kind of do another review and see how things are. And to be honest, I really haven't done a deep look at it, let alone a deep cleaning on it, since my last video, which was, well over a year ago. I forget exactly what it was, but I'll put that in right here. But I just got back from DC, so I figured I'm going to go ahead and knock out two birds with one stone. Number one, I'm going to, go ahead and meet the request that was given to me. And at the same time, I'm going to go ahead and do a deep cleaning. So I've already got majority of the things off the floor. So now I'm just going to go ahead and at least all the big things off the floor too. So now we're going to go ahead and we're just going to sweep some things out, actually blow some things out, and then just do a light mopping, and we'll see how the floor is looking at that point. All right, I got a plan in place. Risks are acceptable. Let's go ahead and send it. All right, so there's a few things I do want to kind of highlight. So I have new baby chickens, and they were in here. I was keeping them away from my other chickens, so I was keeping them here. So there's quite a bit of dust here on the ground from the wood shavings and also the food that I was using. In addition to that, I also have some chicken poop on the floor, and this is actually going to be my biggest concern right here on whether that's going to come off or not, or leave some sort of stain on my top coat. But besides that, we're going to go ahead and just blow in everything on out. You can see I got a majority of the stuff off the bottom floor. Some of the big things I just decided to leave there. We'll just try to blow around it best we can. Also got a location over here, a little concerned with. Not sure what it is. It looks like it might be some type of oil or something that was there. So we're going to see how that picks up. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and just get everything going, get everything set up, and then we'll go ahead and send it. All right, so now that we got that all cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and what I show on videos, I'm going to show some of the spot cleaning. I'm going to go ahead and touch these up, but off the screen, I am going to do a little bit more widespread. You collect all the dust, clean all the dust up and everything. At least nothing too hardcore. Again, this isn't going to be a doctor floor. I just want to kind of get things cleaned up because it's been over a year since I've done a deep clean, and it's about that time. So I may as well take the time to do it right. So my family apparently got rid of my sponge and squeeze sort of mop that I used the last time. So I guess we're really going to put to the test how easy the epoxy floor is able to clean up, because I'm going to have to use the Swiffer jet, the Swiffer mop here, and see how it goes. So let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to get a little bit more stronger detergent. Swiffer jet isn't doing that much. Plus, this is pretty much hardened on there, so a little concerned. But let's go ahead and I guess we'll pull out some 409 real fast and see how it goes. All right, 409's been down for about a minute. Let's go ahead and see. That one didn't come up too easy, but now the rest is coming up super easy, actually. Guess I just needed to bring my own detergent, so to say. This part's getting a little bit more challenging. All right, so a lot of it came up pretty good. I got a few things down here that I think once I kind of just do the final clean, it's all gonna go up. Some of it took quite a bit of scrubbing. Some of it came up like super easy. As a matter of fact, I do have, this is an oil or grease over here. So what I'm gonna be doing real fast is I'm gonna bring the water hose in. I'm gonna hose it down very lightly, avoiding some of my quality wood over there. And I wanna go ahead and basically just lightly soak it down. And then one of the things I wasn't planning on showing this, but one of the things that I do think is kind of important if you do have an epoxy floor is have a good squeegee, because all I'm going to do now is take the brush, scrub the sections that I want to kind of finish up, and then after that we're going to go ahead and just squeegee on out, and then as it's air drying, we'll go ahead and finish up the video. All right, so I just want to take you down a bit of memory lane here to remember where I was when I first started. First, I had to clean out my entire garage because it was messy. And then after I moved everything from the garage, I just went ham on the floor and kind of went, I don't know if it's necessarily above and beyond, probably so, but I completely just grinded down the entire deck. And then finally I laid down the epoxy, and now I am here a few years later, and this is what the floor looks like. So first off, the area that I had concerns was where the chicken manure was on the ground. That cleaned up, pretty instantly. And just like over here, this cleaned up instantly, but not with the Swiffer jet, as you guys saw. If anything, I gave you guys a good laugh. What I do want to highlight is that lesson learned on me, that I'm going to go ahead and, next time I clean this, it's just all about the bristle brush. Put some water down, scrub it up a little bit with the bristle brush, and then squeegee it on out, because everything came out looking spick and span, at least where the brush could touch. And this is what I mean, kind of where I could get the brush touch. This was pretty bad all around it, but you can see, maybe I could have done a little bit better job and, got the bristle brush right there. But over here where it was worse, I got that up, no problem. Again, it's not a hospital floor, so I'm not too worried about it, but it did end up coming out pretty good. I would say probably 95% all cleaned up. And just to recap, and I don't know how well it's showing out here, but this discoloration was one of the areas that I had a problem with last time I did a review. It's still here, so I would obviously not expect it to go away. But the only mistake that I did do, and I don't know how well it's coming out, but you can probably see this little grinding right here along this line that I'm kind of pointing out. Well, that came out because this middle wheel right here on my engine stand was what caused that. So unfortunately, I could probably actually buff it out, maybe not, but it's all good. That right now is the only problem that I've had since the last time I've done the review. All right, so the only lesson learned that I'm really going to talk about after all these years on what I think I probably would have done if I were to do it again, or what I would recommend, is I would have reached out to some concrete people and see if it would have been worthwhile to go ahead and lay down a leveling concrete, just put a layer of that down, so that when it came time to clean it, like what I was doing with the squeegee, I would get to some sections to where the water was, kind of dipped in there, and it was kind of hard to pick up, at least with my bigger squeegee, which I do recommend you have for the epoxy floor, at least in the garage floor. But I think if I put down a layer of leveling concrete, that might have been better if it would have lasted, which is the part that I don't know. It's pretty easy to do, just it would have been an extra step, and I think it probably would have paid off in the long run. But when I'm looking at this epoxy floor, I'm still very excited, still pretty, I still feel it's pretty awesome on how easily it cleans up, and happy that I did put in the extra work, because to be honest, it still makes me like, All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, you know, when I get comments and, you know, I can get requests for my channel, you know, I go ahead and I try to, you know, do that for the subscribers out there. Or even if you're not subscribing, I think if one person asked me, there are probably lots of others out there who just for whatever reason didn't ask. So if you got anything out there, any requests, you know, please send them my way because I will fulfill them. But again, I really am happy with the epoxy floor and the amount of time that I put into it. Yes, I think it went a little bit longer than it was advertised, but I'm happy that I put in the work and where the results are today. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.